Yeah. Yeah. We're back. It's the Ultra Heelz Wrestling Podcast, live from Bravery Studios. Bravery up! Clifton, New Jersey. I am Darth Messiah, the Dark Side Savior, always and forever on his worst behavior. I don't get hard, I stay hard. Mr. DM, catch me in your mama's DM. And my partner in crime.
And I'm your boy, Alex the motherfucking Hill, the Stanley of podcasting. I was the fucking arrival, but seeing how they got let go, I don't know what to say anymore now.
Give us free.
Them niggas got no contract clause. They can wrestle wherever the fuck they feel like as of right now.
Yep. And as always, on the boards, the one and only Mr. Gnarly Marv.
Hurrah! What up, George F? How you doing, brother?
What up, George?
He said Bravery Studios got 5G towers. We don't like to brag about it.
We try.
I've been meaning to buy a new phone so I can take advantage of that 5G, but that stimulus check ain't hit yet.
Apparently, it gives you cancer, so...
Hey, well, first of all, one, who cares? Two, the world's in this, so who cares?
Round of applause for that.
Yeah.
Yo, we got Party Dude in the chat, too. He wants to call
Hey, Party Dude, we got Kelvin.
Kelvin, yo, the commissioner's here. Yo, Party Dude, don't call in just yet. Call in a little bit, all right?
Yeah. So, what's up with you, Alex? How you been?
You know me, and this heat, hating it.
Heat? Whoa, you said heat? How hot is it there?
Today was probably, I think, kind of nice because the shades over my house, but it's like 84.
Okay, we had winter again. It was 42 degrees.
Facts.
And windy. Windy as fuck.
Facts.
Hold up.
When I left my house to go to work at 6:30 this morning, it was like 35 degrees. It was winter again.
Yeah, man. What's up with this? Every time we go outside, it's a different season.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's New Jersey. What do you expect?
Word.
Sorry about that. I let my dog out the room.
The butt crack of America, New Jersey.
The crack of America, New Jersey?
The butt crack.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, as George F said, it's brick.
Word.
It ain't brick here. It started the summer like a weekend, like 2 weeks ago down here. It's already just been hot.
Yeah, that's just it on, what was it? Was it on Wednesday, Marv? It was like 70 something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 2 days ago. It was
hailing today. It was kind of snowing.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And on top of it, there's people at grocery stores.
All we see down here is heat and rain. If it ain't raining, it's hot. When it's cold, it's like hoodie weather. But niggas be down here bundled up like it's like snow weather.
Yeah. Today at the grocery stores, people are standing in line in the cold, in the rain, trying to get in because only all the stores have to limit how many people are allowed in the store now, so they can social distance.
So this is my ass. This shit don't mean nothing no more. Niggas don't listen.
No, they don't. They really don't.
I saw a video of some guy recorded a YouTube video of Patterson during COVID. And he was just driving around like with a camera in his car, I guess recording people. And I swear to God, I saw Malcolm in one of the videos, bro. I swear to God. Shout out to Malcolm in his Friday podcast.
It's Friday Super.
Motherfucker outside like I just need to run here real quick.
But then Malcolm looks like a lot of people, so I don't know. But it definitely looked like him. He has that Childish Gambino mixed with Danny Glover look to him.
It's the same person.
Hey, the world doesn't know that. They're still arguing saying that's two different people.
Yo, I'm going to keep it real. I didn't know it was the same person at first. I'm going to keep it so real.
Wait, no. Danny Glover, the old actor from
yeah. I'm sorry.
Lethal Weapon. Like Malcolm is a combination of both of those
Danny
people.
Glover, okay.
Danny Glover and Donald Glover is how you plus Danny Glover plus Donald Glover equals Malcolm Carter.
Oh, I should text Malcolm right now.
He's heard it before.
Okay.
I've told him.
Okay.
I think DX was the first one to tell him that.
Yeah, DX is a wild one, yes. Oh, I haven't talked to DX in forever. How's he doing?
He's doing good. He's trying to work on skits and stuff. for his social media accounts.
Okay.
He's doing the TikTok thing.
Okay, yeah, because I haven't seen a Red Light Chronicles in a while.
Well, there's nowhere to drive around anymore. So
I drive around all the time, but anyway,
yeah,
that's another story. All right,
Just drive. You like you're doing work.
All right, let's hit this WrestleMania. Well, first SmackDown. The bullshit they pulled on SmackDown for like a week and a half now. Us, the fans, the people on the internet, we've known that Roman Reigns wasn't going to be at WrestleMania because of his weakened immune system due to his battles with cancer, leukemia.
Yep.
WWE waited till Friday night, the night before SmackDown, the night before WrestleMania, before he was supposed to be in a Universal Championship match versus Goldberg, to indirectly tell us that he won't be there. They just put up a graphic on the screen. It said Goldberg versus Braun Strowman. Michael Cole didn't even mention it. Then they took the graphic down, and that was it. That's how they announced that Roman wasn't going to be at WrestleMania. What kind of bullshit was that?
The same bullshit that you know Vince do. Time to do it's a man move. Like he had no choice, bro. You know him. He just trying to get shit to work because he was not canceling WrestleMania. He did not give two fucks. The building could have been on fire, and niggas would still have to record their wrestling match while the shit was on fire. Yep. In his mind, he don't care.
Yep.
Word. He'll turn it into a gimmick. He'll make it into a work somehow.
Everything's a work. Everything's a work.
He turned into a new match. He turned into a new match, and Bray and them going to fight it. And he's going to be like, yeah, we're going to set the house on fire, and the first person that gets out wins. He'll be like, what the fuck?
Okay, now, during WrestleMania, I had taken some copious detailed notes.
Damn.
And I left them at home.
Oh.
It's sitting on my dresser. I forgot to tuck it in my bag this morning when I left for work. I'm so upset.
Now, that's why you're supposed to write them on your phone, bruh.
Because I was going to take extremely detailed. I was like, let me get a notebook and do it instead of on my phone, and I left it.
Oh.
All right. So anyway, I didn't watch the pre-show on either night. I started with the actual show. So I'm gonna skip Cesaro and Drew Gulak. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. It went by quickly.
Right.
I mean, like quick.
So
kitchen to make me microwave. I think that was over.
Yeah. So the show opened with Stephanie McMahon on a green screen set. She was, indirectly talking about the COVID-19 situation and how WWE is going to continue to bring you entertainment to misdirect you from what's going on in your life. Bullshit. Vince McMahon must make his money. The show must go on.
Facts.
Him and Dana White.
Dana White, who said it yesterday? Dana White's gonna buy an island.
Oh no! He already did. He bought an island.
He did it already.
However, the executives at Disney put the pressures on the executives at ESPN, which Disney owns. So ESPN has a working television relationship with UFC because UFC's pay-per-views are now on ESPN Plus. They told Dana White, cut that shit out. We're not supporting it.
I told you, Sean. Remember we were talking about it yesterday? They're going to find a way to block this because he would become too powerful.
Yeah, Disney now blocked Dana White from trying to have UFC, 243 on some remote island.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isla de Muerte, said George F. Murder Island.
That's because he could just be a dick and be like, I go to fight TV in the UK and let them just produce the pay-per-views. They'll do it.
Somebody was like, it's going to be a Mortal Kombat situation just on some random island.
Everybody was saying it. Right. Everybody.
These were no longer knockouts. These was fight to the death. Like, you was training 6 months to go there to die at this point now.
Yeah, it was Tekken.
Yeah, just leave you there. So the opening match was Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Bukkake Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, for the Women's Tag Team Championship. This was a cross-brand affair. The Kabuki Warriors representing Raw, and Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross representing SmackDown. I was surprised this was the first match, but it did not disappoint because between Asuka and Nikki Cross, they made all kinds of noise, and you didn't really notice that there wasn't a crowd.
Yeah, they was just what's that word I'm looking for? Annoying as fuck.
In a good way.
They It's really sad because they made Nikki Cross change her outfit now. She no longer got the regular ripped jeans. Now she got the wrestling spandex tights now. I was like, I don't like this look.
No, but it shows off her ass though, so I'm cool with it.
I don't need this spandex.
And did you notice on like the entrance, Kairi Sane looked like she didn't want to be there. She was like, I just got married. Why the fuck did I have to come back for work?
She didn't want to come back. Why the fuck would you want to come back? You just got married. You want to take some time off. Fuck those belts. Them belts ain't being used any goddamn way.
That's true. That is very, very true. And
been Gucci and nobody would even remember it.
Yeah. That match went 15 minutes, which was
it's actually what it needs to be.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, I gave that match 2.5 stars, I believe.
You was being generous.
Calvin,
you think that was generous?
Calvin says the Kabuki Warriors.
I gave him like 1/4.
My bad.
They didn't even make it a 2.
Kelvin says the Kabuki Warriors got a rematch against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross tonight on SmackDown.
Okay, all right. I don't know why they got a rematch, but okay. Next up was Elias versus King Corbin. He defeated King Corbin. That match went for 9 minutes, which was 8 minutes too long.
But we said that was going to happen anyway. So
yeah, that match didn't need to happen. It didn't need to go that long. I'll give it a 1 star. Just for showing up, they get a star.
I think Alex is getting cut off over here.
Uh-oh.
Let me see.
And I'll keep talking. The next match was Becky Lynch defeating challenger Shayna Baszler for the Raw Women's Championship match. Now, this was supposed to be a really high-profile match. It was the man Becky Lynch versus, the up-and-coming, tough chick Shayna Baszler, like the replacement for Ronda Rousey. And she beat the mess out of Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch hung in there and pulled out a win. And for some reason, this match was shorter than Elias and King Corbin. This match was only 8.5 minutes.
Yeah, but we all knew that was going to happen regardless at this point.
I know. I was really convinced they were putting the belt on Shayna. Wait, no. I take that back. This was our toss-up match, right? This is one where we couldn't decide, right?
Yeah, we couldn't decide this one because we didn't know if Becky was going to win. We didn't know if Blaze won. Was she going to stay on Raw with the belt?
Yeah.
And we didn't know if she was going to leave, but I guess that all changed. So.
Yeah. It was both of the women's matches we were uncertain on. So yeah, that made sense. But again, why was the match so short? It was a really good match. I think I gave them 3.25. That was my rating. I really wish I had my notebook.
I think the same thing. I think Bleacher Report gave them like a 3.5 or 3 stars too for that little match.
Okay. Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental Championship ran 9 minutes, 20 seconds. It took them a little while to get into the match because they were doing the whole, coward heel thing where he kept running around the ring trying to avoid Daniel Bryan. But once they got into it,
it was all over again.
Exactly. Two guys that know how to just get in the ring and go. And the finish was awesome. Daniel Bryan, I think he was going for an axe handle off the top, and he just hit him with the haluva kick. And 1, 2, 3, Sami Zayn retains.
And I think we called that one too. I think we said Sami Zayn needed to win that one.
Yeah, because he need to legitimize his win, even though he's a quote unquote coward. To legitimize his title reign, he needed to win that one. Next up was the singles triple threat for the tag team match because The Miz was sick. John Morrison defeated Jimmy Uso and Kofi Kingston. This ran 18 minutes and 30 seconds.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually enjoyed that.
Okay, this one I was conflicted on. First time through, I was like, this is boring. I think I gave it like 2 stars. I went back and watched it again. It was pretty good. I bumped it up to like a 3.5. It wasn't your typical, high spot ladder match. It was more of a technical ladder match, to be honest. There was one weird thing. There was that Jimmy Uso one where he fell off he went over the top rope straight to the floor, but they cut it because he landed on a crash pad. So I caught that they cut that. He's actually landing. But there was the Starship paint onto Jimmy Uso, who was laying across the ladder, draped in the corner. There was the Hurricane Rana, where Kofi springboarded off the ropes onto Morrison, who was on the ladder. What other spot was there? There was one more really good spot.
I don't know. Like I said, I feel the whole match was good because I'm used to seeing a one-on-one ladder match, a tag team ladder match, Money in the Bank ladder match, but not a triple threat. One time I see those is when you're playing like 2K.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this might be a little awkward. And they actually put on a good ass match without having to have their teammates. And I was like, you know what, this is a lot better than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, like I said, I watched it a second time, and it grew on me the second time I watched it. Because I was expecting more from these three guys, but they went in a different direction rather than just doing, the car crash match.
I'm about to say they couldn't do the car crash routine. They needed everybody to be there, so they need, had extra people to catch them just in case some shit fucked up.
Yeah.
Or some people to check on them. The three of y'all, and one outside the ring and two in the ring, and you want to do a move outside. Yeah, you kind of hesitant on trying to do that bullshit.
Oh, and the finish was all three of them were on top of the ladder. They were all holding how like they have like the hanger thing that they put the belts on. So all three of them were holding the hanger, and then I think Jimmy unclipped it. So then they're all fighting, and one of them headbutted Morrison. Morrison grabbed the belts themselves, and as he fell, the belts came off the hanger. He fell to the floor, and he won the match because he was the one holding the belts and not the hanger.
Hey, man. And they say you had to get a tag team belts down. Everybody keep grabbing that hanger like it meant something.
Yeah. I've always wondered, why do they take the hanger off? You just need the belt. Next up was Kevin Owens versus the Monday Night False Messiah, Seth Rollins. And Kevin Owens, no matter how old he gets, no matter what shape he's in, he loves to jump off of something high. He jumped off the WrestleMania sign through the announce table onto Seth Rollins.
I told you, that was going to be the show stealer. Like it was going to be the sleeping one of that one half.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Even though Steph got disqualified the first part and then they restarted it.
Okay. At first, I was going to be pissed as fuck. I'm like, are you seriously giving us a Raw match where halfway through, like, right when the match gets good, somebody just disqualifies themselves and we just have no match at all? And then they restarted. I was like, you know what? It's kind of cheesy that they did it that way, but I'll let it live. The match played out. It was good. I give it like 3.5.
Yeah, because one of the guys at AOP is gone for like 6 to 8 months. So
yeah,
Monday Night Messiah, a little group was already broken up already.
And I think Buddy Murphy's in the same situation as Rhea Ripley. His visa's running out and he has to go back to Australia.
The sad thing is, I thought he stayed here when him and Alexa Bliss was dating. I thought he was staying in Florida.
But they weren't married.
I know. I'm saying general. I thought he was still staying in Florida when that all happened.
Yeah, but he's obviously his work visa was valid. But I think it's coming to an end like Rhea's, and because of the situation, the government is not renewing it. So that's why Rhea had to go back to Australia. And I'm not sure about Billie Kay. I don't know what her situation is, but Peyton Royce is cool because she's married to Shawn Spears. And Shawn Spears has dual citizenship in U.S. and Canada. So she's secure. She can stay. She doesn't need a work visa.
Ain't like they've been on TV any damn way, so.
Yeah. Then we had our Universal Championship match. The Substitute Braun Strowman defeated Goldberg in 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And if I remember my notes correctly, there was 1, 2, 3 spears. Strowman kicked out. There was a 4th spear. Strowman shrugged it off. 1, 2, 3 power slams. Running power slam. 1, 2, 3. Goldberg lost.
That literally was the match.
Yeah, that was literally the match. Yes. 1.5 stars. Thanks for coming.
I would say 1.5 stars, but I'm just happy to see Braun finally get a title that, they keep throwing him in, and we knew he was never going to win it, and now he won it. I was like, yeah, that's not going to last long. But I'm happy now. So that makes him win, what? The IC belt, the US belt, and now this. So, kind of a grand slam out of nowhere.
I see Raw Tag in Universal.
I thought he won the United States before, too.
You're thinking of the green belt from the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah, green monster looking belt.
Yes. And then our main event for the night. Now, I was at work Saturday night, so I didn't watch this until like midnight. So when I got home and I went on the network, I'm like, holy shit. They actually kept this to exactly 3 hours. Because I think the time on the video said 2 hours, 59 minutes. I was like, wow. So AJ and The Undertaker in the Boneyard match ran 19 minutes. This was awesome. This was fucking awesome.
You know what makes it more awesome? They shot that in 8 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, they shot all night. It was like 9 p.m. until like 5 in the morning.
That shit is crazy. But that match was still great, though. I was like, yes, I guess next time Undertaker beats with somebody, I guess we'll have another Boneyard match somewhere next year around this time.
Yeah, AJ showed, first a hearse drives up to the Boneyard. They open the hearse, they pull out a casket, open the casket, and there's AJ. We would have thought it was the Undertaker. No, it was AJ in the casket.
I love that part.
And then I was expecting, keep rolling, come on. But we got some other shit.
No.
The other song was cool. It was cool. I'm not going to be mad at the new music that they gave to Undertaker.
I actually appreciate that because whenever they get one of those songs from like official rock stars, they have to change it for the video games because the video games have to go get the license for that later on.
Yeah.
So I think it's better that they make a new song for it.
Yeah. So Undertaker rolls up on his motorcycle, his chopper, and he proceeded to beat the piss out of AJ for the next 15, 20 minutes. And eventually, AJ unleashed some evil druids who turned on Undertaker. When that didn't work, Gallows and Anderson showed up, and then they got on top of the roof of the barn, and Undertaker threw Gallows and Anderson off the roof of the barn. And just when you thought AJ had the upper hand, and the Undertaker ended up in the grave, and he was about to put the dirt, hit the backhoe and dump the dirt on Undertaker. Undertaker transported, and he's behind AJ on the tractor. And then,
so does that mean that he's an American badass dead man now?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything all in one. It's big evil American badass, dead man, phenom, morticianer, all in one.
I'm okay with all this now because we ain't got to pick and choose no more.
Yeah, it's Mark Calloway now. It's just Mark Calloway. Don't worry about Undertaker.
You know what? That makes more sense. Mick Foley had, Do Love, Cactus Jack, Mankind, then we just had Mick Foley. That was a mixture of all of them. So, yeah, makes sense.
Night 2. Again, I didn't watch the pre-show, so I don't know what happened with Liv and Natalia.
Liv won. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Opening match, Charlotte Flair defeated NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. 20 minutes, 30 seconds. To me, this was the best, quote-unquote, wrestling match of the entire weekend.
That was literally, technically, it should have been an NXT takeover match just between them two.
Yeah. I'm drinking a little Corona Refresca. I just knocked down the guava.
That's what I expect.
What's over there cracking open Stone Cold?
This is the passion fruit, and we're just about to knock this back.
Okay. But that Rhea Ripley and Charlotte match, that match was a legit hard hitting match. Like they was really hitting each other for real.
Those were some stiff ass hits and kicks and chops.
I wanted to talk about this in the back. Like, look, I'm gonna chop you hard as I can. So if you want to hit me back hard, you better do it while we're in the ring.
Yeah, I'm gonna say sorry now, and whatever happens, happens.
But they put on a good ass match. I was like, damn, son, I'm mad that this match kind of went this early. I wish this could have been like towards the end.
And because the match it was so good, I'm not mad that Charlotte won. Well, given that we didn't know Rhea's situation that night, well, at least I didn't. I'm not mad that Charlotte won. Now,
this is my thing. Is she gonna show up on both shows because she got the belt?
I think they're going to keep her on NXT for the time being since she's champion. I don't think she's still going to be on Raw.
That's going to be weird because, she's technically a full Raw superstar with the belt. It'd be like how the Kabuki Warriors are with their tag team titles. They have a tag team title, but they can go between any goddamn show they really need to be called on.
Well, think about it this way. When's the last time Shayna's been on NXT since she's been beefing with Becky Lynch? She's just on Raw now.
No, the sad thing is she's really not. When people asked Triple H about it, Triple H said, I'm going to leave it at this. She's still NXT. She hasn't been called up.
Okay.
So until they're done using her, she's still technically an NXT wrestler. When they're done, she's going back.
Okay.
They're not really fully calling her up.
Okay, we'll talk about somebody else. We'll talk about somebody else in a couple matches. The next match was Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. Ran 7 minutes, 20 seconds. This
match was worthless. It ended the way we all thought.
Yeah, Black Mass out of nowhere, which is the new RKO. Let's just say it's the new RKO. Black Mass out of nowhere.
They look good.
So, back to Charlotte Rhea. I give that 4 stars.
I give it like 4.5.
4.5, okay. And then Aleister Black, Bobby, 2.5. 2.5. 2. Yeah.
It was an entertaining little match in between after that Rhea Ripley match and then the next one. It was a little good one between it.
Yeah. A match we could have done without, but the story was good. Otis defeated Dolph Ziggler because on SmackDown we come to find out, thanks to Mustafa Ali, who's doing all the cryptic shit. It's Mustafa Ali. We know who it is. Sonya Deville is the one that sent a bogus text message to Otis saying that she was going to be late for their date, which allowed Dolph Ziggler to step in and woo her. But, Otis won the match. He won the match. He got the girl.
He needed that win, though, because they already pushing the hell out of him any damn way. So, shit, get her win at WrestleMania and get the girl.
Yep.
Hell, matter of fact, after that, I don't think you noticed, but if you go onto Mandy Rose's Twitter, she started talking shit with real. And then the next day, she went live on Instagram and brought Otis in it. And they was on live together for a good minute before she got off.
Well, if they really want to keep kayfabe, then maybe they shouldn't post anything on the D Mandy's Donuts Instagram page, which is the business that they have together. If they really want to keep kayfabe, but it's 2020. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, what is this kayfabe you speak of, sir?
All right, next match. Probably the most controversial match of the weekend. But my second favorite, Edge defeated Randy Orton in a last man standing match where they went in every room in the Performance Center and used every piece of equipment in that building to beat the fuck out of each other.
And that's how it's supposed to be. When you got beef with somebody from your past and you want to wrestle, you just go balls to the wall, even though you can be retired again.
Yeah. They were in the ring for a minute and a half, and they were immediately over the barricade. And then they went into the weight room. They used all the weights, and the one spot where Randy Orton used one of the weight straps, he put Edge in the weight strap and proceeded to choke him with the weight strap. And WWE officials who edited the video, posted the video, played the video for the world to see, had no problem with it, but all the idiots on the internet said, "Oh no, you can't play that. That's Chris Benoit."
I was like, man, you don't get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Even though I did catch that, and I was like, I don't give a damn. Ain't nobody really dying. This shit was all pre-taped ahead of time any goddamn way.
Exactly. They had to edit the video. They knew it happened. There was at least 3 really noticeable cuts in that video where it's probably like, oh wait, we want to use that. Let's stop and set something up for that piece of equipment over there, and then we'll start the match again.
But check it. They recorded it. They stopped. They did retakes. They edited. Vince and Paul Triple H all had to watch it to agree that would be aired, and then air it for motherfuckers. It's Chris Benoit, motherfucker. Who cares? The whole company already went through their shit. They was cool with the shit.
Exactly. So, we move on. But the finish on top of the trailer, Concerto, 10 count, Edge did, or Randy Orton didn't make the 10 count. That was the finish. Kelvin in the chat was saying, he was referring to Charlotte. He's saying, is she going to be Finn Balor and just go back to NXT?
She might as well, because shit, as of right now, NXT kind of needs that little bit of push on Wednesdays.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So having Finn over there is that kind of push. Having Charlotte back over there is that kind of push. Who else can they bring back from the main roster to go down there to give them just that little over push to fight with AEW on Wednesday?
Well, like October last year, we were talking about Kevin Owens going back to NXT when he quote unquote got fired from SmackDown and his feud with Shane McMahon.
He was so ready. Cryptic ass tweets and messages.
Yeah. And Brett.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, didn't that almost go to time before that shit? Like, didn't it go to time?
No, it went to overtime, didn't it? I believe it went to overtime.
Yeah,
because it was tied like 2-2, and they went to overtime. What next pin wins? I'm sure Kelvin will correct us. I'm sure Kelvin will correct us on that one.
Big Jesus Lord.
Next match was the Street Profits defeated Angel Garza and Austin Theory. Obviously, the Street Profits were going to win against this team that got thrown together because they didn't have any other opponents for the Street Profits.
Even though that match was supposed to be a U.S. title match between Rey Mysterio and Rey Mysterio got quarantined home. And got injured.
Andrade got injured. Humberto got quarantined. So yeah, 3 people in that match were not around. But at the end of the match, the Heelz, Angel Garza and Austin Theory, started to beat up the Street Profits. Zelina Vega jumped in the ring. She joined the fun. And out comes the EST of NXT, Bianca Belair, also the wife of Montez Ford. So again, we were talking about people who've gotten a call up. Bianca ended up on Raw this week. Did she get a call up?
Yep. Yeah, she did. She got called up.
Because I believe next week on Raw there's another 6-person tag because they had one on Raw. I think they're having it again next week.
But yeah, she's part of the Raw roster now.
And the next match. Say that again.
I said I'm okay with that. They called her up because, she kind of gave good matches down there and beat up everybody. But now it's time for her to come up there and start beating some of the so-called women's division on Raw or SmackDown.
Okay, correction from Kelvin. I was like 75% correct. Shawn Michaels and Brett at WrestleMania 12 did go to overtime in an Iron Man, but it was tied 0-0. I said 2-2. I was 75% correct. Next match was Bayley, and she defeated the women's roster on SmackDown. That's all we need to know. Nothing happened. Yeah. Move on. Move on. Then we had the Firefly Funhouse, which was not a match. Let's establish that was not a match. As good as it was not a match. There was no bell to start the match. There was no bell to end the match. Although John Cena got choked out, There was no match, but this shit was epic. They went through the quote unquote fears of John Cena's career. His prototype gimmick, his Dr. Thugonomics gimmick, his fear of turning heel, his fear of being a gimmick. We had all the versions of Bray Wyatt. We had Husky Harris. We had the early version of Bray Wyatt. We had the mid version of Bray Wyatt with he's got the whole world in his hands. We had Muscle Man. Then there was
Bray Wyatt was Muscle Man.
Yeah, then there was the random scene where John Cena was Hulk Hogan NWO version. And then there was a random scene where he was Macho Man lifting weights. It was all over the place. It was an acid trip, basically.
Now, mind you, that whole match was sat down and talked about with Bray, John Cena, and Bruce Prichard.
Yes.
They was the only thing that talked about that match being done that way. So John Cena had to put a lot of input into that match for that to go that way.
Yep.
But I'm just mad he brought out the Thugonomics outfit from WrestleMania last year.
Yeah, I wish he had actually used a classic Thugonomics one, like the 54 basketball jersey.
And I'm mad that he brought back out the prototype little tight outfit. I was like, damn, he still owns this shit. Jesus.
Yeah, that was cringe.
Kelvin says you forgot the failure of John Cena's rap career.
Oh yes, his rap career, yes, that too.
The only thing that bothered me the most is they did it in front of this old SmackDown fist.
Oh yeah, they which might be up for sale soon because they're still trying to sell Titan Towers. So who knows what they're doing with all the crap that they keep in Titan Towers in the warehouse.
Hey, this is these bullshit and go ahead and buy him some land and just make that bitch into a museum and charge niggas.
Basically.
That's it down there for the charge niggas. Niggas just show up like going to fucking Disneyland.
Mm-hmm. And then the main event, Drew McIntyre defeated the Beast, Brock Lesnar, for the WWE Championship. It was basically a better version of Goldberg and Braun Strowman. It was just all finishers.
It was, but at least with Drew, we had a redemption story to him leading to this. Braun Strowman was just thrown into this shit just because.
Yeah. I give this match a 3. You know.
I don't know. I gave it a 4 just for the simple fact that this was more about Drew than it was about Brock. And, this is his first WWE title run since he's been, prohibitively called, the next thing by Mr. Man back in the era of SmackDown having to come through the glass.
Yep.
So, I'm happy for him. Look, I'm happy for him, even though he broke the fourth wall. You're not supposed to look at the camera when you win your belt, but he sure as hell did.
Yeah. Then we had the real main event, which I didn't know about until like Tuesday because I wasn't really paying attention to social media. Drew McIntyre had a title defense against The Big Show.
Yeah, and that was just weird as hell that was a match.
Yeah. How and why?
No how and why about the match. Let's go how and why the Big Show turned heel again.
Yeah. So overall, yeah, it was awkward not having a crowd, to pop at the right moments for all the big stuff, to not boo the shitty crap that they gave us, like Elias and Corbin. Why did Becky win? What other weird stuff happened?
Funhouse.
Yeah, it was weird not having a crowd, but given the conditions, I'll let what happened slide. But again, that's one of the problems that we have with WWE. You always have to let something slide and see the good side of what they did.
Yeah, like it's the first time for them to do a 2-night version of something they do in one night until like 1:00 in the goddamn morning.
Yeah,
and do it theatrically, like they're shooting a movie. So they had more time to do better shit without having to like hope it works while they're doing it live.
Yeah.
Or having that Montez Ford mistake where he do the suicide dive out the ring and there's nobody there to stop him.
Oh yeah, that was pretty bad. Timing. Night 2 was 3 hours and what was it? 13 minutes? I forgot the exact number.
Yep.
But altogether,
that was like I think 13 or 12 minutes. One or two.
yeah. So altogether, the whole show ran 6 hours 15 minutes. So if they had done that in one night, started at 6 p.m., it would have been till about a little after midnight.
Yep. So, yeah. Now, this is the thing. Now that WWE has done this, and if they see this as a good thing, is next year WrestleMania going to be a 2-night event?
Okay.
Even if they do have a crowd again?
Somebody brought up a point to me for that. Doing that in a large arena 2 nights in a row becomes a problem. Are you selling a one-pass admission for both nights? Or are you selling separate tickets for both nights?
You would have to do separate tickets because you're paying for the venue
I
for
feel
two
like-
different nights.
Yeah, I feel like they would have to either sell the tickets either double price to count for 2 nights, or they have to sell 2 separate tickets if people will show up.
Either way, that's the same thing. You pay for a ticket twice the admission, or you just buy 2 tickets for 2 different days.
So how many people are now, I'm not paying, double for WrestleMania. How many people do you turn away now?
But at the same time, you can't say that because you got to think about it. WrestleMania is not until Sunday. People fly in like Friday night to do shit on Saturday and spend most of their money to still be there Sunday for that to leave on Monday.
I might actually
spend enough money to do it.
Actually, a lot of people end up making like a full week vacation out of this because you forget about all the indie shows that happen Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, and then you have WWE Access Friday morning. You have the Hall of Fame show Friday night. You have TakeOver Saturday. So you're bumping your whole schedule up. You're doing TakeOver on Friday. You're doing Hall of Fame on Thursday. You're doing Access on Thursday.
Well, if you look at other festivals that are multi-day, South by Southwest, Coachella, and all that stuff, they found a method to make it work. So I think Vince could figure something out.
Can make it work. Like WWE can make it work if people are still going to pay the money.
Yeah.
So if I pay for WrestleMania that ain't into next year, and I only go to limited little shows and save my money up, when I go there, I'm going to want to do anything WWE has to offer for me. If you're going to make this a 2-night event and then make the matches longer and make them mean something, I'm okay with it. But if you're going to try to push 16 matches in the course of like 7.5 hours and then try to cut shit short and make shit half-assed, what's the purpose? Like, if New Japan can actually do it and shit, they don't even have that many pay-per-views out the year. I think WWE might end up doing it again just to see if it works with a crowd. If it don't, they'll go back to their regular schedule. But they're going to at least try to see if they can do it with a crowd, just so they can try to milk as much shit as they can.
Yeah, Kelvin, I'll get there in a minute, Kelvin. I'm just gonna zip through Raw really quick because it wasn't really anything important in Raw. We had a bunch of just random ass matches. Night after WrestleMania, you had Asuka and Liv Morgan. We talked about Bianca Belair showing up on Raw to help the Street Profits against Garza and Austin Theory. You had Aleister Black and Apollo Crews. They've had 2 matches now, and Apollo Crews he's getting a better match each time because he got jobbed out. Then he went 3 minutes with Aleister Black. I think this one maybe ran through a commercial break, so we'll call that a 10-minute match.
And this time he actually got to use his old finishing move, that standing shooting star press, instead of that stupid ass running lift powerbomb bullshit.
Yeah, you had Seth Rollins. You had Seth Rollins beat a jobber. You had Humberto beat a jobber. You had the return of Nia Jax versus Deonna Purrazzo. Oh, and her new finisher, in honor of her friend Paige, Rampage, the elevated DDT.
I was surprised when she pulled that off. I was like, "Oh shit!" So Paige is like, "Fuck it, just let her do it." Okay, I'm with this.
Yeah,
I'm tired of that leg drop.
That's a good move for her. It's technically a power move, and it's power and technical in the same move. So I like that change.
I actually like that change because I was tired of that leg drop, and I was tired of that Samoan drop. I was like, bro, that shit gets kind of old, kind of quick. You need something that at least going to throw people off what you're gonna do. If I think you're gonna do a suplex and you fit me in a DDT, that's a big surprise.
Yes, it is. Hold on. I forgot to open the tab for NXT. Now, NXT, I completely forgot that this was the quote unquote takeover episode of NXT this week. I ended up watching All Elite straight through like I normally do. So I only caught clips of quote unquote takeover. Or as they're calling it on What Culture, Fakeover. NXT Fakeover. So yeah. The big match, which was Gargano versus Ciampa, Part 5, according to Triple H, the final match. The heel won. Johnny Gargano won the match, which almost makes you feel like there's going to be a Part 6.
It probably will, because how many times did Triple H and Shawn Michaels have a part whatever?
Yeah. I guess the shocking thing was the fake turn. Well, not the fake turn. I guess you would call it a fake turn, but then she did a real turn. Candice LeRae came out towards the end of the match after they brawled all over the arena like Edge and Randy Orton. Candice LeRae came out. She kicked Johnny Gargano in the balls, and then she turned around and kicked Ciampa in the balls, and then Gargano sits up and reveals that he was wearing a cup. So he wasn't affected.
She gave him before the match started in a brown paper bag.
Yeah. So she faked that she was turning on her boyfriend, husband. I don't know if they're married or not. I forget. And then she turns on Ciampa. So that's a heel turn for Candice LeRae.
Basically. And did you get the thing I sent you after that match?
What did you send me after? Oh, Killer Kross, yes. Killer Kross made his debut. He was randomly sitting in a car with his wife, Scarlett Bordeaux, outside of the arena as Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae walked away.
Look, mind you, when it happened, I was watching it live, and I caught it, and I was like, what the fuck is Killer Kross doing in that car? So I got on Twitter and was like, did anybody see Killer Kross and his wife in the car? And niggas like, people I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't see that shit. And I posted a picture, and then all of a sudden, like an hour later, Watch Culture and them posted a picture telling something. Hey, did anybody notice this? I was like, dude, I was like ahead of the curve this time. I actually had that shit before anybody this time. Like, I was there, and nobody noticed it after.
Now, this match is also highly scrutinized by the internet, like Orton and Edge. I don't know why, because it was a blood feud. It was two people who have history together, and they're just going to beat the fuck out of each other until somebody can't stand it anymore. Now, it was a good match, but if I hadn't seen Edge and Orton, 2 days ago, this match would have been that much better, because I feel like they have the better story, but we had just seen Edge and Orton, which was basically the same match, similar story. So it was like almost a repeat. Basically,
it was almost a repeat, just with niggas at a younger age.
Yeah. But not taking anything away from them. It was good, but again, we just saw it.
Yeah, we saw it, but the only thing about Edge and Randy is Edge got to do safe shit to protect his neck. Gargano and Ciampa give two rats fucks about their lives.
Well, technically, Ciampa has a neck problem too, but he just doesn't care.
Like I said, they don't give a fuck about their lives.
Yeah. The other match on NXT, what was that middle match? I don't even know what that match was. And who was that? Somebody in Everrise. Anyway, unimportant. No. Don't clap for that. That was weak. That was weak sauce. That was like a 2. You gotta burp from your diaphragm.
That's what I expected.
You gotta project from the lungs.
That's what I expected. Yeah, that makes sense.
I won't even take credit for that burp. Anyway, Io Shirai won the women's #1 contender ladder match. Yeah, that was a little hectic. Yeah, that was very hectic between those women. Io Shirai and Mia Yim made the match, in my opinion. Every time Mia Yim's been in a ladder match, it's been epic.
bruh, the first last match she was in, she posted a picture on her Instagram and Twitter, and she's like, my very third match in the indie circuit was a ladder match against a guy, and I just been doing them ever since. So this ain't nothing new to me.
Yeah, shouts to the Blasian Baddie. If it don't work out with Keith Lee, holla at me. Who the hell is texting me? Oh, that's Kel. Oh, Kelvin just sent me something. Let me see what he said.
Yeah, look at it.
The slight disagreement between Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch, not Becky Lynch, Bailey after the match. How it looked like one of them was going to turn on the other.
I thought it was going to go back to that feud again to finish it finally. I guess they're going to be best friends forever until Vince said he don't like it no more.
But okay, so who's going super heel and who's going back to babyface out of that? That's the thing.
Sasha probably go babyface.
Really? I don't want babyface Sasha again.
Unless you got to think about it. Bailey just went heel, and she hasn't been heel that long for them to turn her back face like that already. So,
but it
only leaves Sasha to go face.
It was a bad experiment, though. So just let Bailey be Bailey again.
Nah, she ain't got her ponytail no more. It's a little bit too late for that now.
Well, now she can do pigtails. Put one on each side since she's got the short hair.
Now you just trying to feel some pigtails and whip you on it.
Dynamite. Let's do Dynamite really quick. This was a better episode of Dynamite than last week because last week was weird because they got away from what worked for them in this it's an empty arena match. Because last week they didn't have random people just standing around the ring, which for them it was weird. They back to this week they had Billy Gunn out there. They had who else was out there?
Billy and his son out there.
His son, yeah. There was just a bunch of people ringside, and it gave it a feeling. There was some sort of energy in the room, and for them, they need that. They can't do completely empty building because they're not doing dramatic matches the way NXT does or what they were doing on WrestleMania. What was the opening match? The opening match was no, there was a bunch of promos early, right? Yeah, a bunch of promos. You had whatchamacallit? I'm sorry, Mark, for knocking on the table. I know you hate that. It was Jake Roberts addressing Cody. He said something like, "What would you jump out of an airplane without a parachute? Would you stand in the ring and look at Lance Archer and think you've got a prayer of winning?" Which to me foreshadows the finals of the tournament, which just means it's going to be Cody and Lance Archer. I'm saying Lance Archer is going to win the tournament anyway, but now it looks like he's going to beat Cody.
You probably believe in that.
Yeah. We had Chris Jericho on commentary the whole night with Tony Schiavone. They were a very nice pair, by the way.
I'm telling you, when Chris Jericho wrestling career is up, announcing is the thing.
Yeah, because he can talk. He can talk his ass off.
Man, been around forever. He knows the business from New Japan all the way back to the States. Mm-hmm. I would love to see some commentary.
Then we had Lance Archer versus Alan Angels, and again another squash match like how he beat Marco Stunt last week. He pulled off two moves that I went and looked in 2K and they don't exist. I'm very upset. He did a crucifix driver, over the back, picked him up, and pile driver out of the crucifix.
Yeah, you know that's not going to be on 2K. Are you crazy?
Yeah, I was very upset. Then
let's do the finishing move again.
He did a choke slam suplex. Choke slam, arm over, threw the guy behind his head.
That's some strength right there.
I was so upset that they're not in 2K. Highly upset. I need those for 2K21.
Yeah, that's if they make it.
Yeah. Then we had Britt Baker losing to Hikaru Shida, who's now on a 10-match win streak, I believe.
Is she?
Something like that. She's on some side of win streak. It's like it's a decent amount of matches. And Britt Baker got busted open. And post match, she said, "Good thing I'm a doctor. I can fix my own teeth," because she was bleeding from the mouth, or was it from the nose? I don't know, but she was bleeding. And the match that filled up most of the episode, which was a complete waste, it was Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa versus the Best Friends. I was so bored, and I'm so mad that I forgot NXT was having their takeover.
Could have turned the day and watched that and been more entertained.
Yeah.
It happened.
Then we had the same, almost the same video package shown twice. It was about Jon Moxley and Jake Hager and their upcoming world title match. Basically, Hager saying, "Oh, I'm a real fighter. I'll choke anybody out. You can't touch me." And Moxley saying, "I thrive in chaos. I can survive anything." Which it's a good build, because that's exactly what it is. It's Moxley is unscripted violence, chaos, and Jake Hager is using shoot moves in pro wrestling.
I just want to see the match. I just can't wait for it to start.
The newest episode of The Exalted One, Brody Lee. He pulled up in a Mercedes, and he stepped out to talk to his minions. Two of them were just dressed in like sweatshirts. And the other one was wearing a shirt and tie. He told the two in sweatshirts that they look like crap, and the one in the shirt and tie that you could be something one day, which is a Vince McMahon thing. He wants all his superstars to dress appropriately when they're in public, especially when you're given a top spot. You should always be dressed to your best, which is something that
gimmick of him wanting to be Vince and showing what it almost is. It is almost like the Dark Order at this point.
Mm-hmm. Which is something that CM Punk didn't do when he was champion. He still wore his sweats and hoodie everywhere he went. He did not wear a suit. He didn't wear a tie.
I think you're right, because when they had that damn thing between John Cena and Randy Orton, everybody came out there dressed in suit. He was in a hoodie and sweatpants.
Yep. That was him. Yep. Then we had a promo package. Matt Hardy challenging Chris Jericho to a elite deletion. Whatever that means.
Basically, they're going to fight at the compound like, they always do.
Yeah. So, because WWE is now having cinematic matches, Matt Hardy has to bring back his version of cinematic matches, which he actually kind of made them popular over the last, 4 or 5 years.
Stole the idea that, Matt Hardy was already doing ahead of time.
Uh-huh.
He was living before.
Then we had the Exalted One, Brody Lee, beat a jobber. Nothing special there. I still can't stand his gear. I can't. It's not helping him. It's just leftover Bludgeon Brothers stuff. And our main event was Cody. Yeah, our main event was Cody beating Shawn Spears in the first round matchup of the NXT Championship match tournament. Whatever I said, something.
NXT, AEW, TNT.
Yeah, there you go. That shit. Yes. We all knew Cody's going to win. Let's be real. But Shawn Spears got a lot of offense in, trying to make you think it was going the other way. But we knew Cody was going to win. He ended up winning with a double crossroads. Shawn Spears kicked out. He then applied the figure 4, and Shawn Spears was in so much pain that he laid there and got pinned instead of tapping out.
Man, for a Stone Cold move.
Yeah.
Tap out from the blood. You're not going to tap out.
Yeah. But yeah, A decent episode of Dynamite. Oh, the Wednesday Night Wars. This was the first time NXT has won in 2020. The last time they won was the last week of 2019, which was the week of Christmas.
That's still crazy that they fucking was on a losing streak like that with the ratings.
Also that week of Christmas, AEW didn't have a show, so they were unopposed.
That's sad.
Yeah. Although NXT had also won the week before, so they had won 2 weeks in a row. But they haven't won in 2020 until now. And they only won by 1,000 because it was 693,000 to 692,000.
Did you watch the Brawl for All yet, sir?
No. I haven't seen any of season 2, Dark Side of the Ring. I ended up working on Sunday. I didn't have time.
My favorite episode so far, guys. My favorite episode so far.
Yes, you were telling me before the show. Yes.
Alex knows.
I will attempt to get caught up this Sunday. I am not taking hours. I want to stay home and do nothing.
You gotta love the underdog story of this episode. Like the fact that Bart Gunn, they were laughing at him when he said, "No, I'm gonna knock out Dr. Death," and they were like, "Yeah, sure."
He actually did what he said.
He did it, bro. And I think him knocking out Bradshaw like brought a tear to my eye. Just the fact that Bradshaw, you know his history, you know how much shit he talks.
Yeah.
And they created the Brawl for All pretty much because of him. And seeing his legs wobble and his what was it? He was spazzing on the ground after he got his lights put the fuck out.
His legs went straight, his arms went all over the place, and you can see the daze in his eye. He was completely knocked the fuck out. And
he was
you could thank Vince Russo for all that shit.
Yeah, and that's all Vince Russo wanted. He just wanted Bradshaw to get knocked out. But Bradshaw made it to the finals, so you still got to give Bradshaw some credit.
Right, he's a redneck from Texas. What do you expect?
Yeah, he made it all the way to the end. But Bart Gunn is like, he got that underdog in him. Like, he was like, all right, I'll do this. I need a push. And
Bart Gunn was like Daniel Bryan. He was already a part of a team, and then they just had no faith in him, and then they threw him in that brawl for all, and that motherfucker just went and shot through the roof. They wasn't expecting that shit to happen.
Oh yeah, and Vince was mad. That's why they got Butterbean to squash him pretty much.
Basically, yeah.
And Butterbean said that if Bart Gunn didn't try to fight him like a boxer and kept doing what he was doing already in the brawl for all, like swinging wild, that he probably would have won. Because boxers don't know what to do when it's like an trained like wild swinger like that.
That's why, like, when you had the Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor match, that's why McGregor looked so good early, because Floyd Mayweather didn't know how to respond to somebody that's not a full-time boxer. Because obviously, as a mixed martial artist, you learn how to box as a part of your training, but that's not his focus all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
So basically, Floyd just weathered the storm and he just pieced them up and did what Floyd does.
He waited for him to get tired. That's Mayweather's strategy.
Yeah,
with everybody. But Bart Gunn, wild arm swinging.
Bruh, you just gotta watch it because the Godfather's gonna make the whole episode for you.
Word, he did it for me, bro.
Yeah. Marv was telling me. Yeah,
Godfather's my favorite wrestler now. Every time they cut to him, it was just, I was just high, and they asked me if I wanted a box. And he owns a strip club in Vegas.
Yeah.
And he says that he beats the shit out of pimps that come in there. So it was either they wanted Godfather to win or Dr. Death. Mainly Dr. Death, but they had their money on Godfather too, because Godfather was huge. He was a big guy.
He was pimping these hoes nationwide.
Yeah, man.
But that's what makes it so weird, because he was a pimping hoes in WWE, but he hated pimps in real life.
Yeah, he hates them. He beats the crap out of them inside his club and everything. He beats them up. But yeah, bro, that was a good episode. I think that's my favorite one so far because of the Godfather and because of Bart Gunn being the underdog. I like a good underdog story, you know? Gets me a little emotional.
I just wish Bart Gunn was still around. Like they could at least get him a job at the Performance Center. He could teach some people how to really do the shoot fights. Because from what I was told and read online, Vince kind of forgot about it, and now that he remembered the brawl for all, he kind of like want to do a new version of it.
No,
in NXT.
no.
No, they won't do it.
No.
Look how many people got injured, bro.
No.
Yo, Dr. Death was supposed to be in a storyline with Stone Cold, and they couldn't do it because Bart Gunn put his lights out.
Yeah, he tore his Achilles, and that was it for him. So.
Yeah, they invested a lot in Dr. Death. I didn't even know who that guy was, but apparently,
Yeah, Dr. Death, Steve Williams.
he was supposed to go against Austin in a storyline, and winning the Brawl for All was supposed to like elevate him to being on that level of Austin. But they didn't know.
That's what happens when you shoot fight on a wrestle show.
Word, and it's funny, man. That whole story is funny. Just because Bradshaw was talking shit in the locker room, they did that shit. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Fucked up the years, shortened one guy career, and made one dude quit wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah, Bart was hurt, bro. They didn't know what to do with him. He didn't even get the money. There's a cash prize of how much was it, Alex?
What was it, 50,000, I think?
Nah, it was 75,000.
There you go.
75,000, and they still gave it to Dr. Death though. They gave the money to him just for the trouble of doing that. But yeah, good episode. That I'm liking that show so far. That and Tiger King are my highlights of this quarantine.
Yeah.
Right now, those two shows are like making this worth it for me.
Yo, did you hear that it's about to have a season 2?
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Oh my
too.
God.
It's gonna be crazy. I'm trying to get Darth to watch it, but
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I'm definitely gonna catch up on Dark Side of the Ring, but I'm not doing Tiger King. That's not happening.
Darth, you gotta understand, you gotta watch it because that shit is not what you think it is.
I didn't know what it was until I saw it.
It's almost like watching ECW back in the day. It's just a whole bunch of crazy shit happening all at once, bro.
I know there's a gay meth head, and I know there's a bitch fucking Carol Baskins. That's all I need to know. And there's some tigers. That's all I need to know.
It's wild. It's so much betrayal. It's like watching wrestling. It really is like they do shoots on each other. Like,
oh, Party Dude, sorry, we're about to end the show. We forgot to tell you to call in.
damn, Party Dude, you wait to the end, man.
Yeah, we completely forgot to tell you to call in.
You
My
disappeared.
bad.
You can call in during Bravery Arcade later tonight. Party Dude shows up over there. He's trying to get himself a girlfriend on the Bravery Arcade.
Oh, he's pimping hoes too then.
Yeah, he's trying to be married dude over here.
Okay.
Or pimping dude. I don't know.
Trying to get what dude life. I see.
Yeah, he's trying to get with this chick named Ann. So shout out to Party Dude. Party Dude's growing up, bro. He grew up watching this show.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, we've destroyed his brain.
Yeah, definitely.
Shit happens.
Yeah, that's not our fault. That's called the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah, I was playing Final Fantasy yesterday. It's I got a little emotional playing that game too. It was
What, 7?
Yeah, it was a trial because my internet died completely as soon as I tried to play the game. Like everything, all the router, everything messed up, and I was like, "Damn, all the viewers are gonna leave," because I was already live and the internet just died. And then when I got everything back working, everybody was sat there and waited for me. They're like, "Nah, bro, we want to see you play this game." And I was like, "Damn, man, you guys be doing it to me, man. You guys could have went and watched anybody play this." That's
I got mine. I haven't even played it, so you know what the rest of my night consider of.
Yeah. Go Rocket, bro. So far, so good from what I've played.
All right, gentlemen, we've had another lovely evening here.
Facts.
So I don't know what's happening on SmackDown tonight. I don't think anything important is happening, but I've been Darth Messiah, Mr. DM. Catch me in your mama's DMs. You, sir? Bravery Studios, Ultra Heelz.
Hurrah.
We out.